Hi, Jonathan. How's it going?
It's going good, Joann. It's going good. Thanks for having me on here. We're surviving. We're working hard, but honestly, more good's coming of it than I thought would have. And so,
That's good.
yeah.
Well, we want to welcome you to our Pastors in Pandemic series. We're interviewing pastors from all different aspects of church. And so it's really good to have you on today.
It's great to be here. Thanks for asking me.
How's your family?
We're doing good. We're doing good. We bought a home a year ago and we really love it. And so we've had a little time to do some more work on it and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
luckily we have a big yard so we can take the kids out and stuff. So
Yeah.
they don't be too stir crazy, but
And the kids look good. They're cute as can be.
oh yeah, they're great. It's
Yeah.
tough because our family doesn't see them, and so our my baby she's 9 months, and like literally most of my family hasn't seen her since she was like 7 or 6 months, which is
Unbelievable.
years for a little baby.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's terrible. Wow.
Yeah.
Tell everybody, in case there's anybody that doesn't know, this is Jonathan Burgio. And tell us what is your role at Lovejoy and where is Lovejoy?
Yeah. So I'm the lead pastor at Lovejoy Church. I took over from my dad 2 years ago. My dad has been the pastor for 35 years. I'm 35 years old. They took over when they were actually pregnant with me. The week after I was born, my mom was back leading the piano. I was going to this church since I was 1 week old. And so now I took over. I'm excited. Things are good. We're located in Lancaster, New York, essentially Buffalo, New York. It's a little town right outside of Buffalo. And we're 7 minutes from the Buffalo airport. And yeah, so that's where we are in Western New York, Buffalo, New York, Lovejoy Church.
Go Bills?
Yeah, go Bills. Big Bills country, big chicken wing country. We're
Yep, you got it all.
very Buffalo there.
I hear that Joe and you, my husband Joe and you argue over who's got the best food. Didn't Buffalo, wasn't it like number 3 or something?
Yeah, I'm National Geographic,
Yeah.
That's something fishy capping, but I'm not sure National Geographic is known for fishing. I think it was actually just more highlighting.
Yeah, that's not a foodie magazine. Come on.
Yeah.
That's good. I wanted to start the interview. I wanted to ask you, we've been in a pause. The governor calls it the New York State pause for, I think we're in our 7th week.
Yep.
And everything's different. Nothing is the same. So I'm wondering, in these past 7 weeks, what would you say has been your biggest struggle as lead pastor of Lovejoy during this time?
Yeah. Besides eating too much, it's been tough.
They say the freshman 15 has become the COVID-19.
Yeah, seriously. And maybe even worse. One of the biggest struggles I think, that we've all faced, it's so tough, even distinguishing between being a pastor and personally, because it's so intertwined. But I think a lot of it has been the lack of routine. I had my schedule set. Messages were done on this day, and we had planned all this sermon series, and we planned even in May we start stuff for our missionaries. And it's how do we do that? And the lack of routine, and really for us, a lot of it started with the fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
How do we do this? We weren't equipped to live stream our services. We weren't equipped to go digital. And all of a sudden we're faced with this craziness that we don't know how long it's going to last. We can't even you couldn't even buy cameras. They were sold out. You couldn't buy Purell. And it was just this fear of unknown, are people going to give? Are we going to lose our job? Are we going to be able to pay our bills? And I think that was the biggest struggle we all faced, especially at the beginning.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And so were you, so you weren't live streaming your services before this?
No, we didn't have a camera or anything. The only thing we had was our podcast audio, just of the message.
So do you feel like you know more tech stuff today than you ever have?
Not me personally.
No?
I've one of the things I've learned in this is to let go and let my staff be their staff. And so I've actually tried not to learn it.
Yeah.
Because then my hand's in there and I'm telling them what to do. But we've improved greatly because of that. It's really pushed it.
Was it were you kind of nervous the first Sunday that you had or whatever day of the week you tape? I don't know if you were live or what. You must have been really nervous.
Yeah, it was. It was more of so overwhelmed that I didn't even have time to be nervous. It was just the first 3 weeks I was using my own iPhone. So I would literally set up my phone, I'd hit start all by myself, run in front of the camera, and then we'd edit it and post it a little later.
Wow.
It was just like, it was
That's
crazy.
that's awesome though. That's
Yeah.
awesome because you got stretched in this like you wouldn't that you would have never even thought that.
Oh,
That's kind of cool.
yeah.
So in that process and in this process, what has something that has stuck out to you like it's been more of a surprise than a struggle?
Yeah, for us, one thing is for me personally, I realized as a leader, I wasn't trusting people as much, and I was actually like getting frustrated with all the stuff they did, but I was trying to control it. And through this process, since there were so many new things, I actually just had to let go. And even one night, my wife's like, "You hired this person to do it. Why are you like telling them what to do and mad at them?" And through this process, what's really surprised me was how our team came together. I took over 2.5 years ago. I've been here for 3 years, but I haven't seen our staff work so cohesively and hard in
That's awesome.
all this 2.5 years. I mean, it's amazing the stuff we're producing and doing and all the new stuff we're learning daily. And it's just been really exciting to see that stuck out to me a ton. How everyone was on board. It was awesome. It's been awesome.
That's so cool. So you grew as a leader, really. What you're saying is you grew as a leader by being able to say, do what you were created to do. Live your destiny. That's a big learn. That's awesome.
Yeah.
How are you connecting with people in the church? What have you come up with and what have you been doing, you guys?
Yeah. So we're doing a bunch of things. There's a couple of ways we've been connecting. One is and I could talk about this in a little bit about our live streaming on Sundays, how much we've improved and God provided there. But we also are doing, like everyone else, tons of Zoom. So we have Zoom meetings for youth, Zoom meetings for young adults, Zoom meetings for some of our small groups are meeting. On Friday nights, my parents do this pastor's prayer with on Friday nights Facebook Live. People love it. They take communion, stuff like that. And we also do our first Wednesday services, our Zoom meetings. So, but what we found out to do was I organize it ahead of time. I record it and then we post it as like a live video through an online broadcasting system. And those have been a really, really awesome hit. In fact, this one of our first Wednesdays is actually 3 missionaries I'm interviewing, all in different parts of the world. And it's so
great.
Really cool. But the other thing I wanted to say about how we're connecting is we've done a couple of things. My dad is our pastoral care pastor, and he has called literally everybody in the church. He just calls, goes down the list and calls them and connects to people. We have a group of people who are willing to serve despite this. So if you need groceries, you need something delivered, we have people who do that. We deliver every week. My mom, our kids pastor, delivers packages for the kids for that Sunday's message that they could do at home. And we also do thank you notes. So as a staff, each week there's 8 staff. We all do 5 thank you notes. So that's 40 thank you notes a week. And in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, we get through every single person who's been giving to our church.
That's awesome. That because just that making a connection, that's what people want. We want connection. So that's really good.
Yeah.
As we start to close, I wanted to ask you, what's your biggest hope out of this? Like, what do you say? I really hope. What is your hope for this?
Yeah, I've been telling everyone in my church and everyone on staff, I actually view this as a once in a lifetime opportunity. Mm-hmm. Where else in the world, when else in our lives are there no weddings, there's no family meetings, there's no vacations, there's nothing on the calendar, and everybody is instilled with fear. Now, all of a sudden, we have a chance to speak a message of hope, of life, the only way, truth, and life in people's lives. We get to speak it, and they get to watch it online. And we've been forced to go online. I mean, I'm blessed with how great our services look and people who have helped. And now we're seeing more people. We're estimating 4 times as many people are watching our messages than they were in person.
That is so crazy.
What's really crazy is we couldn't afford cameras, but because we stopped meeting, the expenses we've saved from not meeting have been able to buy us cameras to not just sustain us, but now help us as we start meeting again. Right. And we've been able to learn it. I mean, how do you develop the volunteers and the people that do it? Well, we've been able to do it during this time. So my hope is we double, triple, quadruple. I mean, honestly, people are going to be hungry and we keep giving them what they need.
That's so good. That's awesome. That's really good. That we can carry this forward in multiple ways. That's so good. I just wanted to let everybody know that Elam Fellowship, we're very active on social media, Instagram, Facebook. Check out our website for huddles that are coming up. We have Friday Facebook Live prayer, 11 o'clock every Friday. So we'd love to have you join us because we definitely care about you out there. And so, Jonathan, I want to thank you, and please give our love. Joe and I send our love to you and Nikki and your beautiful kids, but also to your mom and dad.
I
Tell
will.
them that we said hi. Thanks, Jonathan.
Thank you for having me.
Have a great day.
You too.